about yourself?
Yes. So my name, as you said it correctly. My name is Adriana Sorgi. I am an author, published author of the book, Your Breakdown is Your Breakthrough. I'm a relationship coach and a speaker. I am originally from Colombia. I live in Los Angeles, and I work with women in the area of relationship. I help them release any fears that get in the way of finding true love, anything that is no longer serving, that is holding them back from attracting the relationship that they truly desire. So that's what I love to do. It's fascinating because we
It
all
is. It
want
is.
true love. We all want to attract the most amazing relationship and have the most fun with someone that truly wants to see our hearts. And that's the struggle, right, for a lot of women, that they can't find that. So it's
I
my
agree.
job. Yeah.
I remember one of my friends, she shared a story how she was trying to find love, right? She's like, I tried manifesting it. I tried looking everywhere. I even tried looking sexy in the fruit aisle in the grocery store,
Yeah.
and nothing was working. And then I made the joke, have you ever thought about building your own man, like build a bear, right? She's like,
Mm-hmm.
I may actually have to end up doing that. But one thing I did ask her is, do you believe that you are ready to find the type of man that you want? And Adriana, is that a conversation that you have with some of the women who are looking for love and maybe they're not actually ready to find it?
Yes, I believe that. Because, what happens is that before we put ourselves out into the dating world, I think it's super important to take a look inside and see what we are doing and what are the patterns that we keep that keep playing a big role in our lives, right? And there are so many fears that may get in the way. For example, I hear a lot of women say that they're ready for a commitment, for someone that is truly emotionally available for love, and yet they keep doing everything to push it away, to avoid it, and they don't even know they're doing it. And this shows up through their energy and the way that they show up, the way that they interact, right? You either have a dialogue, an inner dialogue that says, I am not available for love, or I am available for love. And a lot of women don't know that that is happening in their energy field. And so they come to me saying, but what am I doing? What am I doing wrong that I keep attracting men that don't really want me, or men that ghost me, or men that show up beautifully the first week or the second week and then completely disappear? So what is it about me? So that is really the work that I do with them, that I take them through this process of finding out what it is that is getting in the way and becoming very solid in the inside, becoming their best friends, creating the most amazing relationship with themselves first. Because when you're solid in the inside, I'm telling you, you're going to attract someone that truly sees you. But you got to see yourself first. You got to recognize your value first. So that's really the first step.
What are some of the maybe commonalities that are preventing some women from, first of all, figuring out for themselves and becoming better so they can create a better version of themselves to find the love that they want?
Yeah. Well, I think that it is very important to check in with yourself and be very honest, be brutally honest with yourself about your fears. Why do I fear in relationships? Because a lot of us carry the fear of being abandoned, being rejected, being invalidated, right? And so when we carry these fears, and these fears come from either typically from childhood wounds. If we grew up in an environment in which our needs didn't get met by one of our parents or both of our parents, then we're going to most likely attract a partner that has a hard time meeting our needs. Why? Because we we don't even know what those needs are. We're not in touch with them, and we don't know how to ask for our needs to get met. And so we continue to attract people that don't really want to meet us at that level. If we carry the fear of being rejected, then we're most likely going to attract a partner that, or we're most likely going to attract a relationship in which we feel we don't know, we can't ask for our desires to be met because we're afraid of being rejected, right? So we don't ask. Or if we carry the fear of being invalidated, then we have a hard time expressing our feelings because we don't want to be invalidated. So when we truly do the work of finding out what those fears are that we're carrying, and then learning how to step into, first of all, embracing, the rejection, embracing the invalidation, embracing the abandonment. That's, ironically, when we truly embrace it, that's when we can dissolve it. But if we continue to push it away, then we keep attracting it. So did you get that? If we keep pushing it away, then we'll resist it and we continue to attract it because that's the energy we're into. But if we fully embrace it, if we make peace with those fears and make it okay, and realize that this is just something old, is from the past, and we make peace with it and then create a new dialogue with ourselves, knowing that we are worthy of a relationship with someone that truly sees us, that we are worthy of expressing our needs, that we are worthy of sharing our feelings, then we attract a partner that is okay with all of who we are, that is ready to embrace all of us. Why? Because we have already embraced it ourselves. You see that? So as we embrace all of us, then we attract someone that can really meet us at that level.
That's something that I had to learn because in my 20s, I had no idea the type of person I wanted to attract. And as well, I didn't know who I was. I'm still trying to figure it out because you're so young. And I think it goes back to that saying where men will mature slower than women because in our 20s, we're just young, dumb, and full of you know what, right?
Yeah.
And I had to ask the women out there, I was like, hey, Mrs. So-and-so, hey, Mrs. So-and-so, what is it that you look for a man, right? And then they're listing off these things. And then I'll say, okay, this makes sense. That makes sense. This I don't know about, but it gave me at least a canvas to create the type of person that I wanted to be. And when you mentioned fear, that's something I had to overcome because in my mind, I had the fear of, am I ever going to be able to figure this out? I had the fear of, am I going to be alone for the rest of my life? The fear of maybe, and this is self-reflection now, maybe I am not good enough for anyone to want to share the love that I'm seeking. And when I came to the realization that Terrain, you can be better, but you have to be better to ask for better and to appreciate better and to understand better, then I was able to continue on my journey. For you, as you're helping these women, Adriana, did you go through a similar journey and that's how it catapults you into saying that, you know what, I had to work on me, I had to find the answers, let me help other women find the answers as well?
Absolutely, yes. Everything that I support my clients with is something that I have gone through myself. So I have the belief that I really cannot, as a coach, cannot take my clients as deep as I have taken myself. Do you see that? So I have experienced it all. And for me, the hardest challenge in my own journey was dating men that were healthy, men that were conscious, men that were available, truly available for the type of relationship that I thought I desired. Right. But what happens is that I continue to attract these toxic relationships because inside myself, I was being toxic with myself. I was not truly seeing who I was. I was not really owning my value. And what I realized is that I had to clean up my own side of the street first. in order for me to attract someone that could really meet me at that level, someone that was healthy in the inside. And I believe, Terrain, that we're not going to attract a healthy relationship until we become healthy ourselves. I think that is the key of finding true love. We gotta make peace with our childhood wounds. Everything comes from childhood, right? All of our unresolved issues come from childhood. So we gotta really do the deep inner work and forgive our parents for not being available for us, forgive our parents for not meeting our needs, forgive our parents for rejecting us, for not giving us what we really needed. And when we are able to do that, that's when our life truly transforms. That's when we begin to attract people that can truly see us, that can see our hearts. But it starts inside. It's really an inside job.
How difficult, looking back, was it for you to become the woman that you are today?
What a great question. It was hard. I'm not going to deny it. I went through a lot. In fact, the title of my book is Your Breakdown is Your Breakthrough. So I think that until I was at my lowest point, I wasn't able to get back up, to pick myself up from broken pieces and realize who I truly am. But it was really a journey. I went through so much. I was bulimic for 15 years. Started when I was 13 years old, right after my father left. And they got divorced and my father left and I felt really abandoned. So I carried the fear of abandonment for so many years. And then that's when I began to attract these very toxic relationships with men that couldn't really see me. And I always felt really invisible in those relationships. I always felt like I couldn't really ask for them to meet my needs because I didn't feel worthy of it. And so what happened in those relationships is that I would stay for so long. And then at the end, right towards the end, when I was really ready to step out of those relationships, I would be feeling very resentful about them not seeing me, about them not meeting my needs. And what I realized when I began to do my inner work was that the resentment was not about them, that it was about me for allowing less than what I truly desired, for staying longer than I was supposed to stay, for allowing them to treat me like I didn't really, like I had no value. And when I realized that really the power was inside of me, was not them, but when I began to claim my power back, that's when I began to attract different men, different type of men. And that was really beautiful to experience. Because when I put myself in the dating world, and again, I had to do a men detox for 3 years. And what I mean by that is be completely out of the scenes of dating and do my inner work and commit to myself every single day and show up for me and do the forgiveness that was required for me to be at the level that I wanted to be. And that was a commitment, a really big commitment, because it's not that I wasn't attracting men, it's that I was committing to not entertain with the idea of dating for 3 years. And then I began to feel ready. At some point, I realized, my goodness, I'm starting to feel healthy. I'm starting to feel different. I'm starting to feel like I'm a valuable woman. Like I can really attract a king. And because I began to feel like a queen. And at that point, I thought, okay, I think it's time. It's time for me to put myself out there again. And so that was a very beautiful journey.
For those who are watching on Facebook and my social media, please stay tuned for more incredible interviews like the one we have with Adriana, and we will be back for more. So stay tuned, everyone.